Hello, everyone. I am Sean, and welcome once again to my Horror Corner. As always, let me just start by thanking you for watching today. I really do appreciate that. And for the those of you that have subscribed, a special thank you to you. I know I always say it, but your support, your encouragement, it really does mean so much to me. So thank you for subscribing. Yeah, you guys are the best. Today, I'm super excited. I've got some of my best friends that I've never met in real life on with me, and so happy to welcome them back as I've got Brendan and Sam from Our Life in Horror. Thank you all for coming on again.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank you.
um, I know everybody that knows my channel already knows you guys because even when y'all aren't on, I feel like I'm talking about you on different episodes. In fact, a friend of mine here a while back, I wasn't even recording, but I was talking to another friend. Um, and I guess we were talking about my channel and some things that would happen, and I'd be like, "Well, me and Brendan talked about this, and Brendan said this," and then I mentioned Brendan's name again, and they were like, "Do you have any other friends besides Brendan?" And I was like, "Not very many, no." And they're like, "That's all I hear is Brendan, Brendan, Brendan," and I was like, "Damn, now you make it sound like I have like a man crush on Brendan, so that's not cool."
That's so
But
funny.
anyway, yeah. So, like I said, I think everybody that knows my channel probably already knows y'all, but nevertheless, I still want to get you time to promote your channel, talk about what you might have coming up, that kind of thing.
Awesome. So we are Our Life in Horror. I'm Brendan,
I'm Sam.
and we mainly do lives as of recently.
Yeah.
The other videos have just kind of come to a little bit of a stall.
Yeah, so we were doing He Made Me Watch and She Made Me Watch videos where we make each other watch movies that we wouldn't typically watch. And we were starting a video nasty segment, but didn't end up continuing yet. I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break here this summer. I'm gonna hop back into things in spooky season. You're still gonna see my face a little bit here and there, but like I'm slowing down a bit for the summer, but we will be back in full swing. But yeah, live streams. We're counting the physical media collection.
Oh yes, we're on episode 20. Well, the next episode we do will be episode 22.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. You got lots booked for August with your friends.
Yes,
I'm taking it off.
I got lots of amazing people, and yourself included, coming on for August. I'm very excited. I'm actually going to run down after we get off this. I'm going to run down the list of some movies I have and see if you're interested in checking any of those out and joining.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well, I appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, it's last night I was recording with Robbie and Kaylee, that horror couple, and we were talking about the substance, and we were talking about, because I'm fucking old, how I can relate a little bit to some of the things in that movie that they put across. And then Robbie made a kind of a joke. He's like, "Well, but you look good. You're more like the Sue part." And I was like, "Damn, Robbie just called me Sue. Like, I don't know if I like this or not." But so yeah, I've got Robbie telling me I look good and I'm Sue, and then Brendan just telling me I was amazing. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Robbie's hilarious.
Oh,
He
so
cracks
funny.
me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to be talking about Hatchet 3. We've been going through this franchise together a little bit. Now, Sam, you weren't able to be on the episode that Brendan and I did a while back on Hatchet 2. So just kind of a quick summary. Give me your thoughts on Hatchet 2, if you don't mind. What you liked, didn't like, where you would have rated it on the 1 to 10 scale, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I should have brought up my Letterboxd. I didn't love it as much as I did originally, and that happened with me with the first film when we reviewed that together. I think I still like the first one more. I didn't really love any of the characters this time around. Yeah, just wasn't feeling it, and it's really making me upset because I'm like just wondering if, I don't know. I really enjoyed all these movies the first time around when we watched them a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hate to say maybe I was enjoying them more when I was like a drinker, but because I don't drink anymore, so movies are like a new experience for me. I don't know. They're just not hitting as hard. So yeah, I think I rated it. I can show you quick or tell you quick because I have not watched a whole lot of movies this summer. Hatchet 2, I gave a 2-star out of 5. So whatever that equates to.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably around a 3 or a 4 then out of 10.
4,
so not
yeah.
great. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. I will say that And Brendan, I don't think you and I were real high on Hatchet 2 either, but one of the things I've noticed is Hatchet's a little bit different than your typical slasher movies, and I almost feel like you just have to be in the mood because in going back and watching some of these, when I watched Hatchet 2 and Brendan and I did the review, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm like, I don't like this as well as I did the first time I saw it. And there's things about this that bug me that didn't used to bother me. I mean, I still don't hate it, but I wasn't enjoying it as much. Um,
Mhm.
the last few days, I've gone back actually to get ready for this episode, and I've watched 1, 2, and 3, and I was having a blast. So I almost feel like you just have to be in the mood for this. It's a little bit different than your typical slasher, and uh, yeah, I think you just have to be in the mood for Victor Crowley for it to really do anything for you.
I hope so, because I just haven't been in the mood for any like cheesy, fun horror movies, and that used to be my jam. So
You like the depressing one we watched last week?
oh, I love that one. Maybe I'm just in a depressing mood lately.
But Nate, what was the depressing one? I'm just curious.
Dread.
Yeah, it's Dread from
Okay.
So good.
2011. It was actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's it's a little
It's
depressing.
it's depressing.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like it's super low budget. It's
Yeah, it's these guys in school that are doing a project on
fear.
people's fears
Yeah,
and
Okay.
stuff, and how far they take it.
it's
and
definitely
stuff.
got interesting concepts and stuff woven
Yeah.
through the movie. But yeah, it's
It's good.
yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Actually, I was surprised.
Okay, I have not seen that one, so maybe I'll check it out. I won't mention anything yet about the movie that we were talking about before I started recording. I found that one a little bit depressing. I'm not going to give anything away because it's coming up on my channel later on in the week.
Okay.
But yeah, I think after that one, and maybe that's why I enjoyed these watching them this next time around because I needed something that was not depressing. I needed something that was just kind of silly fun, and so maybe that's why I enjoyed watching Hatchet recently. I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of go over a few things here and then we will get ready to get started. Just quick synopsis for Hatchet 3. A search and recovery team heads into Victor Crowley's haunted swamp to pick up the pieces. Mary Beth learns the secret to ending the voodoo curse that has left Victor Crowley terrorizing Honey Island Swamp for decades. Film was released June 14th of 2013, directed by B.J. McDonnell, written by Adam Green, produced by Adam Green and Sarah Elbert, cinematography by Will Barrett, music by Scott Glasgow, distributed by Dark Sky Films, runtime of 82 minutes, budget of 1.2 million and only made 1.1 million at the box office, so did not perform well at all. Rotten Tomatoes scores 59% from critics, 41% from the audience. IMDb is a 5.6 out of 10. Film stars Danielle Harris, Caroline Williams, Zach Galligan, Derek Mears, Riley Vanderbilt, Perry Shin, and Kane Hodder. Let's start there. So, I said back even when we did the very first film that the cast is what initially drew my attention to Hatchet, because you've just got so many big names in it. What did you guys think about the cast for this one, performances and characters?
For me, okay, I'm gonna just be straight up. This is another one I didn't love, but the fact that Derek Mears is in this bumped it up a bit for me because I don't know, I'm biased. We met Derek Mears and he's still one of my favorite people we have ever met. So if he's ever in a movie, I literally wrote Derek Mears with hearts on my paper. I just love him. And when I see his face, I just want to like pinch his cheeks because he's so sweet. So like that doesn't have anything to do with like performances or anything though. It's just that bumped it up for me. Yeah, there's definitely some fun people in this. I mean, we got Sid Haig in this too, so that's cool.
Yes.
Danielle Harris is back.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
Yeah, the characters are fine.
The characters are fine. The characters definitely aren't as. There's a lot of fun characters in the first two movies, even though I
Yes.
just told you that I didn't really love the characters in the second movie. But the first one is filled with all these like fun, goofy characters. And this one has less of that, I find. There's a bit more seriousness going on, which is fine, I guess. It's a change up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I feel like I'm rambling.
No, that makes sense. Brendan, what about you?
Brendan?
I liked most of the actors in this. I didn't have a problem. I forgot Zach. Is it Gallagher? Gallagher?
Gallagher, Galligan, yeah, something
Galligan?
like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Gremlins.
totally forgot. Yeah, Gremlins, exactly. And I
Yeah.
totally forgot he was even in this. And then I'm like, wait, who's he play again? And then he was playing the sheriff. And I'm like, he's got some
Yeah.
scenes that are actually pretty decently acted. And I'm like, oh, he's actually pretty good. Because I hadn't seen him in anything else, I don't think, since like I rewatched Gremlins last. So yeah, I like him. I think Derek Mears is really good in this movie. Just because like we met him and he is literally like, sorry, we're just throwing that out there, but like he is just like,
We met Derek
yeah,
Mears.
I know
love
that sounded really bad, just like yeah, we did it. He is just like the sweetest human being like I have we've ever met in person. Like he was such a sweetheart. I feel like he would have just stayed there and talked to us all day because we matched his energy and he was so excited about that. And
I know. If we see him again, I might cry.
yeah. But like in this movie, he's playing like this hard SWAT guy, right? So it's like,
Right.
you little faker, like and so look at you putting on a mean mug. But yeah, I thought he did really well as well. Kane Hodder, of course, is Kane Hodder in this. He's covered up in prosthetics, so you don't get too much emoting from him or anything like that. And again, like the issue I had, like originally with this franchise was like mainly Danielle Harris bothered me so much. The change. I remember the last time we watched this franchise, I hated Danielle Harris's introduction into the franchise. I hated her throughout the franchise, and now I've softened up on her. I actually don't mind her in this third movie as well. I don't think I minded her in the second one either. I think Sid Haig basically just plays Sid Haig in every other movie, so he's great in it.
Right.
I'd say like the only character that kind of bothered me was like, I won't even say bothered me. I don't know. Who's the wife? What's she been in? Who's the ex-wife?
So Caroline Williams, she is Stretch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh,
I can see it now.
Yeah,
no
she's
way.
also in she's in one of the Leprechaun films. There's one where I think it may be Leprechaun 3 where he's in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, she's in that as well. She's the one that her boobs blow up. I feel like there's something else I've seen her in fairly recently, but she's primarily known for Stretch and TCM 2.
Yeah, I didn't even catch on to that. If I had known that, I might have liked it a little even more.
Yeah.
But damn. Cool.
Yeah, I particularly don't find any like the characters are all good for what they're there for. I don't think they overextend or overreach at all.
I like the one character. He was one of the cops, and he was always like, "Oh fuck, shit, fuck!"
Yeah,
like
super
he's
scared.
super scared.
Yeah.
I liked him. He's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than Derek Mears.
I agree. I liked pretty much everybody in this movie, and I thought the performances were pretty good all the way around. And I even thought, because Brendan, you and I talked about from Hatchet 2, questioning Danielle Harris as acting a little bit, and I think she's even better in this one. And I also felt like, not to get ahead of myself, but I felt like the jokes landed a little bit better for me in this one than they did the second one. The first one is so much fun. I feel like the tone of both the second one and the third one are totally different than that first one. The first one is just so much fun. The second one, I didn't feel like the jokes were landing, but this one, there were a few more times that I laughed. There were some things about this one that I did find funny. Perry Shen, there's a scene with him where he's talking to the guy that's doing the like the autopsy type stuff or whatever, and he makes the comment that Perry Shen's character looks just like another guy that he just recently, for the same character from another movie. But then Perry Shen's talking about what, because we're Asian, we all look alike. I mean, I found that funny. I thought that was pretty good. The way Danielle Harris responds to the deputy when they've got her in the back seat and they're going to get the ashes. Some of her comments to him I thought were pretty funny. So yeah, I thought the jokes landed better. I thought everybody did a good job. And I don't think there were really any characters that I disliked in this one like there was in the second one. So I thought it was an improvement. Step up a little bit from the second movie.
Okay.
Only two things that I wanted to mention as far as behind the scenes stuff before we walk through the plot. One of them, Adam Green directed. He has written the entire thing, but he directed the first two. B.J. McDonnell, who directed this one, was one of the cameramen on the first two films, and Adam Green actually handpicked him to do the direction for this film. He didn't want to do the directing on this one, so he picked McDonald to do it for him. And the movie was originally shown at a fundraiser that Adam Green was doing for victims of the 2013 Boston bombings. So before it was ever released in theaters, it was at Adam Green's fundraiser. Just a couple of things there. So as we get into the plot a little bit, the opening, we pick up with the end of Hatchet 2 right there at the end of it. I will say I like that. I think that's something, Brendan, that you and I talked about as far as the second one is we like where it picked up where the first one left off. I appreciate it when movies do that. I like it when they pick straight up where the other one ended. It was nothing special. I mean, most of it is just, she tries to kill Victor and then wanders around the woods while this horrible song is playing. I mean, the second and third one both. I remember when we talked about the first movie, we all talked about how much we enjoyed that Marilyn Manson song, after the opening scene and that whole opening that they had. The second and third movie both fail when it comes to comparing to that. It's just nowhere near the same to me. It pretty much sets the tone that it's a different kind of movie again. But did you guys have anything about the opening there and where that started that you liked, disliked, anything like that?
I didn't hate the song, to be honest. It kind of starts the movie off with a bang, in my opinion. Okay. I like when it cuts to the opening credits and there's some banger music going on. I don't know, it gets me jacked up. Okay. And I like the whole Victor Crowley getting chainsawed in half right off the bat.
Yeah,
that's all I really got. Okay.
Yeah, see, I the last one, like Hatchet 2, I really didn't like the opening credit sequence. This one I definitely like more because it is an actual song. Okay. And yeah, we talked about last time how we love where it picks up directly where it left off, even though this one felt more like a shoehorned kind of like a second ending to the second movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like,
a little bit. I can see that.
We're just take it a little step further. We didn't quite have the budget for what we actually wanted to do, and now we have it. So now we're gonna do that. Like, I love Danielle Harris throwing her whole hand down his throat, and then him landing on the chainsaw. That was really good. I think the chainsaw is a nod to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? We talked about that last time. Yeah, because it looks exactly like the coloring and everything on it too. I noticed this time.
Right.
But yeah, then she just walks out of the woods holding his face, or like a scalp, I guess.
Scalp, yeah. Okay. Then from there, she ends up arriving at the police station, and that's where we also meet the character of Amanda, played by Caroline Williams. We were talking about her a little bit while ago. We get a little bit of interaction between Amanda and the sheriff, and then we kind of get mostly the conversation between Amanda and Mary Beth. And it kind of seems like in the beginning, Mary Beth wants nothing to do with her, but as they continue to talk more, she slowly starts to come around. Again, I don't think anything really stood out great here. I kind of found the interaction between the sheriff and Amanda, who is his ex-wife, a little humorous. I did like the conversation between Amanda and Mary Beth and how she was trying to get her help. And, initially she's not interested. She kind of starts to drop some hints that Mary Beth is the only one that can stop this. But again, through this first kind of half of the movie, or first part of the movie, there's not anything that I'm disliking. But at the same time, I really didn't feel like there was anything that was jumping out or standing out to make this that special either. Do you guys think anything differently?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I did like her walking into the police station holding the scalp, being like, I killed him. Because if that happened in real life, holy fuck, that's fucking scary. And when she's all cleaned up in the jail cell and she's got her sweatpants and whatever on, I actually didn't mind Danielle Harris in this movie as much as the second one. Okay. I'll give her that. She's pretty badass, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly take too much away. It's all character and build set up, right? That's the first act of this movie. I always do love in this movie how there is one person that always knows how to defeat Victor Crowley, though. There's no research needed. That person will be conveniently there for your story and plot hole devices. Just right away,
Yeah.
right away, the ex-wife is there, and she's an expert in the Victor Crowley lore, and she's ready to do whatever it takes to stop him. For some reason, she's just obsessed.
Yeah.
But
That's what I was about to say. Did they ever mention, and I just missed it, like why she was so obsessed? What caused her to be so interested in this?
no, not that I recall.
I didn't
Okay.
catch on to anything.
Yeah, she said that she
Okay.
wrote like a myth paper or something like that, and it did really well. And she got on a talk show, and then she talked about it, and then everybody made fun of her, and now she's a recluse.
So maybe just because
Okay.
it's been in her history of like
Yeah, she's got to
she's
prove
trying to prove
it.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's probably about it.
Yeah.
One other thing, I think we're at this part still, right? Was there an Adam Green cameo there in the jail cell?
Yes.
It looked like him.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Because I noticed he was in the first one too. Was he in the second one? I didn't catch on to that.
Yep.
Yeah. What
I
was
believe
he?
so,
Where
yeah.
was he?
I don't remember
He-
where he was, but I think we saw him.
Yeah, he's always wearing the same outfit.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always wearing like a white baseball cap with beads and a black shirt and something else. But
Okay.
he's always there.
Yeah.
I think he was passed out outside Reverend Zombie's place
In the first one?
in the second
In the
one.
second. Because in the first one, he's
Passed out somewhere too.
on the streets or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puking
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
He's puking, yeah.
Anyway, I like that kind of stuff when the director throws them. Or he's
Yeah.
not the director in this one, but when he
Mhm.
gets thrown into the movie, it's a little
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I actually didn't know he didn't direct this movie. Because it's a new knowledge fact for me.
He did not, and I don't know why. That was something that I saw was that he, I don't know what else he had going on, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just wanted to give this other guy a chance. But yeah, I couldn't
It
find a reason
seemed-
why. I just know he didn't.
it seems like I've looked into Adam Green a lot in the past, and I really like who he is as a person. And it seems like he really likes to get together with his buddies and make a movie kind of thing. From what
Yeah.
I've read, at least, so like he could have just been like, "Hey, buddy, you want to direct this?"
Yeah, you want
I
to
mean, yeah, don't quote me on that because I'm just making that up in my head, but
Right.
could have been a situation like that.
Adam Green
Yeah.
is the horror Adam Sandler. He's going to bring all of his buddies along for the ride.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
get a
pretty much
part.
true.
You get a part.
That's very true. But I think that one of the things I like about him, not to get too far off topic, but one of the things that I really like about him, and I think it shows in these Hatchet movies, is he's a fan, right? Like he's not just some big shot somewhere that's only concerned about the dollars and putting out these movies for whatever reason. Like he loves this stuff, and that's why he's doing this. And I think it shows a little bit. So yeah, I like Adam Green for that. So it is cool to see him make those appearances as well. I agree. So from there, then we finally start to get to some of the kills, and this is where the movie starts to pick up a little bit. And I, to be honest with you, really started enjoying it. First, we get Victor wiping out this response team. Not that I thought any of the kills were just absolutely amazing, but they were fun. Brendan, I know something you and I talked about in the second one was a lighting issue. Did you still have that issue with this one?
Nope. And I made a note of it. I thought
Okay.
the lighting in this movie it didn't go quite as dark as the original film, but it was a lot darker, which I really appreciated because like now Victor Crowley didn't look totally like crap.
Right.
And they changed his look again. Like he looks different again. That's 3 movies in a row where he has a different look each time. But yeah, the lighting actually looks good, so it helps hide some of the imperfections of any of the practical effects I found in this movie. Yeah, like the response team, the first response team is so quick.
Yeah.
I almost like this movie's really tight. Like it's an hour 21.
Mhm.
I feel like this is the spot where it'd probably benefit from maybe an extra 5 minutes of brutal deaths taking place, because I do find that this part was like they introduced all these characters just to be cannon fodder, which is fine, but it's a lot of quick shots and they get quickly murdered and you don't get to linger on any of them as long as what you do in the later half of the movie. But this is like the only spot where I'd be like, yeah, let's add some time.
I agree with you, but what I was thinking, and I don't know, it may not have made any difference, because after this is when the SWAT team shows up, and I feel like you get more of that when he's killing members of the SWAT team. So maybe they didn't do it for this these first responders. Just kind of wipe them out and get them out of the way because the SWAT team is supposed to be more badass and give you more where that's concerned. I mean, maybe it's just kind of like setting up and getting to it. But yeah, I see your point, and I kind of thought so as well. But for the most part, I still enjoyed it, and I think I enjoyed it just because, like you were saying, it looked a little better than some of the stuff did in the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's like, don't get me wrong, there's still some scenes I think that look a little ridiculous. Like there's a sequence of them walking through the woods, and for some reason behind them it's like an alien UFO just fucking landed behind them, and it's all super bright, and I'm like, that's a little weird, but okay, we'll say they're really close to the boat still, and that's where all the lighting is coming from, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I think it looked really well done.
Okay. Sam, what were your thoughts on this first group of kills? Anything different than what we've talked about?
Yeah, it was fine. Like I said, I just didn't have as much fun as I normally would in this type of movie. Like I should be enjoying like all these kills and all that shit, but I don't know, something has been off with me lately. But like there's some good ones. I mean, you get the guy that gets his head cut in half and then like a brain falls out, and what are they called? Defibrillators?
Yep.
Is that what it is? Yeah, and like his head
I like that one. Yeah.
blows up. Yeah. So there's some different shit in there, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, the issue like I have is like thank God you brought some up, because like the sequence is so fast that I don't even remember any of the kills that took place.
Okay.
Yeah. A guy gets gutted.
Don't remember that one.
Intestines.
They are pretty quick, but I did think that one with, and I'm going to struggle with the word, even though I know you just said it, the defibrillator things or whatever they're called. I did like that one. That one stood out to me a little bit. I liked it, but that's the only one that I could really remember from them. But yeah, I was enjoying the pacing, and I thought they looked better than what things had looked in the second movie. So for this, this first act of the film, I was like, okay, this is fine, but nothing's really happening. I think this was just enough to kind of start to spark me getting into it a little bit more with what we got here with him taking out the response team. And then the SWAT team shows up. Now we get Derek Mears, like you guys were talking about. Glad you guys are such huge fans of him. I like him. I mean, I've never met him, but I do like him, and I totally get it. I don't want to go off on a side note, but I finally got to go to my first horror convention, and I felt the exact same way about Felissa Rose that y'all were just talking about. Derek Mears, so sweet, so nice, and just kept talking and was so friendly. And yeah, I feel like if I'd have just kept standing right there, she would have just kept talking to me. So she's one of the kindest people I think I've ever met in my life. That was awesome. So I almost want to go back and see anything that she's possibly been in now. And I think she's in Victor Crowley, is she not?
I was gonna say, yeah.
She is.
Yeah,
She is.
that's what I thought. So I'm looking forward to watching that one I mean, I've always been a fan of hers, but I think after meeting her, I'm an even bigger fan now. So kind of like y'all with the Derek Mears thing, I get it. So
I love that. I love when you meet someone and then you get more of an appreciation when you see them in a movie, and it's exciting. And because I have that with Felissa Rose too. We met her before we had even really seen her in anything.
We hadn't seen her in a single movie, and then we felt like we were like, we gotta watch something. So we watched Victor Crowley like the week after.
Yeah, because we're like, we don't even know what to say to her. But we had movies on our watch list that she was in. It just so happened that we were meeting her first. But now when we see her, like I get all excited because she is. I agree, she's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very cool. At the same time, this is going on as we get to this where the SWAT team is about to start battling Victor. Amanda, that's her name. I couldn't see my note. Amanda has somehow gotten Winslow, this detective or deputy or whatever he was, deputy, I guess, and Mary Beth to go try to get Victor's father's ashes, because this is the key, she says, to getting rid of him once and for all. Again, I think here is where we started to, some of the humor, like I was talking about, was landing a little bit more for me. I was enjoying the interaction in the car. Anytime Winslow made some kind of comment, Danielle Harris, Maribeth's character, just she had really short one-liner, pokes at him, stabs at him, and I was cracking up. I found the humor much better in this film than I did the second one. Again, nothing major about it, but then they do go see, Sid Haig, and we get to see him as well. Um, the scene where, and I think I jumped past it a while ago, but that I did think was kind of cool that I wanted to ask you guys about is it's the scene where he uses that. I almost wish I could stop using that word because I know I'm not saying it right. Defibrillator, fucking medical thing. Before he uses that, this doctor's sitting there, and Victor, I believe, is in a body bag behind him, but it's pretty flat, right? Because he's been kind of demolished. You see the body bag start forming back, like he's regenerating in this bag. Did you guys notice that? Did you think it looked as cool as I did, or not that big a deal?
Yep.
I
thought,
didn't.
you didn't notice that?
No.
Oh yeah, and then when he pans back, the bag is like empty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a very well done like practical effects sequence because like it's all done in one take.
Huh.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, I meant to mention it a while ago. I really liked that scene. I just thought it was cool the way you got to see kind of him forming back inside the bag. And I don't know, Brendan, maybe that's why he looks different in every movie because he keeps having to reform. I don't know.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
comes back every night differently. Yeah, he's a repeater, I
so
guess.
true.
But he can never quite come back just the same.
Yeah.
Kind of like a
And then we
Chucky
get
doll.
exactly. Yeah, Chucky looks
He
different
gets
quite a
beaten
bit as
up and
well.
then he looks different, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Anyone that gets beaten up.
yeah. True. Yeah, Chucky does wear some good battle scars.
And then we get into Victor battling the SWAT team. So did you like these kills better than against that response team? Were you more a fan of these?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think the big thing, like the big payoff, like what you're expecting to be the big payoff would be to see Derek Mears facing off against Victor Crowley because he is a huge dude, and he was in The Hills of Eyes, and he played Jason, of course,
Right.
and then he's like, come on, let's go, or whatever, and then he immediately dies. and
Yeah.
in such, and like maybe not the best kill of the movie, but definitely probably up there. Like he gets
His facial expressions are funny too during it.
yeah, like he
Yeah,
gets
they
his
are.
like spine ripped out.
Yeah.
Like,
I really like the backtracking a bit. I remember I said one of my favorite characters was that cop that's like really scared when
Yes.
he's about to tell the story of Victor Crowley and the storytelling music starts and whatever, and then the guy goes, "Come on, let's go, dipshit," and the music just cuts and it's like we're
Yeah.
not getting any epic Victor Crowley story.
I wrote that down too because I'm like, thank God they didn't like add anything else to the piece.
Yeah.
They didn't take an extra 10 minutes to explain
Yeah,
everything.
they just made a joke of it, and
Yeah.
then I really liked his death too because he was so scared, and he just slowly gets his arms ripped off and head smushed
Yeah.
into the ground. Like it was like slow for him, so it's like even funnier.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought the death scenes were good. They were a little bit funny here and there. The Derek Mears scene where he gets his spine and head ripped out. It kind of reminded me of the way the Alpha does people in 28 Years Later. Y'all saw that, right?
Yep.
Okay, remember when he keeps
Yeah.
like there's one that's hanging up there that's like a skull and the spine hanging down. That's kind of what this reminded me of a little bit. I mean, I know it happened way before
Okay.
that, but it kind of had that same look. And I did think Derek Mears' facial expressions were hilarious when that was going on. So yeah, I was having much more fun with it now. Really enjoying the kills. I think at that point the only ones that are left are the sheriff. Andrew, which is Perry Shin's character, he keeps hiding and then popping back up throughout the film. He's always hiding somewhere, and then he pops back up once things are over. And then there's one, I think her name was Daughtry or something like that, one of the SWAT members. And so the three of them are trying to get away, and you get Victor pursuing them. They get onto the boat, I believe, and then Victor's after them from there, and we have the death of the sheriff and this Daughtry character. I thought these were fine. I really these kills were okay. I think I still enjoyed the other ones more, where he was battling the SWAT team. I really didn't think these were that stand out. I guess although the scene with the sheriff where he gets his head ripped off and then he comes back and you got blood squirting out of what's left of his neck was okay, but I feel like that's something we've seen done multiple times, so it really wasn't that big a deal to me. But these were fine. Anything about any of this stuff that was going on that stood out to either one of y'all?
I think the sheriff head thing looked really bad.
Okay.
in my opinion.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I started zoning out at the end of the movie.
Okay.
Completely honest. I knew as I was
All
doing
right.
it too. I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to say that when we're recording," because I'm like, I just started zoning out.
Yeah.
That's okay. I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Brendan. It wasn't great. I think for me, it was just like we've seen this kind of thing so many times before, and it typically looks better than this does. I mean, it's okay, but uh, the kills versus SWAT team were a lot better than this. And then I don't even, to be completely honest with you, and I wasn't zoned out. I was enjoying the movie, but I'm trying to remember what happens to that SWAT chick. I mean, I know Victor kills her as well, but I don't remember even how at this point.
So she gets pulled right through, but you
Yeah.
just
Okay,
don't. It's
that's right.
showed off. It's shown off screen, and then all of a sudden, like a skeleton, bloodied up, like pops.
She's
to that.
trying to grab the gun or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dummy.
He's like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, Perry Shen's closer to the gun. Just get him to grab the gun. Like, why would you?
Right.
Which I guess you wouldn't, anyways. But I think I liked her kill better because I think when the sheriff pops back and his head's off, you can tell that the jacket is like extended upwards, so you can tell
Yeah.
that somebody is wearing a prosthetic neck. And the prosthetic neck just seems to have no life to it. It looks very stiff. Like
Yep.
there's not like flaps of skin fluffing around. It almost looks like a skin crown with some blood
A
squirting out
crown.
of it.
That's so funny because that's exactly what I was thinking. Is it looks like a crown. His neck looks like a crown.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I agree. There should have been some skin hanging down or something. I mean, I've never seen anybody get their head ripped off, but I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't all be so straight and stiff like that.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
From there, then we do get Amanda, Mary Beth, and Winslow show back up, and it kind of looks like they're trying to convince Mary Beth to give Victor the ashes. Victor seems like he might be going for it, but Winslow panics, shoots him, and then Victor ends up killing Winslow and Amanda. I did like Amanda's death, where he pulled. I thought the way he pulled her head off looked a little better. Still wasn't great, but it looked better than what we had seen previously. Did you like that one?
Yeah, well, the nice thing about that one is like you can hide some of the imperfections and the shadows and the darkness of the scene, right?
Right.
So yeah, I do think that the end kills were a lot better than those two previous ones that we had. I don't know if they just decided to go back and add them in, or if it was always planned, or if those are rush sequences. But we definitely passed over. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just take a quick shot back to Sid Haig.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who?
Oh yeah.
I think was just you know what? Like I wasn't a huge fan of like the House of a Thousand Corpses or the Devil's Rejects, but like I always loved Sid Haig in those movies, and I miss him.
Yeah.
I want to go back and like watch more Sid Haig stuff because I think he just plays that character like himself. I don't know if that's actually what he's like or not, but like I love it. I think he's such a great character actor, and I really like that sequences. Those jokes all landed for me. Like I was laughing the whole time. I was giggling to myself because I just thought it was so funny.
They weren't.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he was really funny as well. And he's Captain Spaulding. Captain Spaulding is the best part of House of a Thousand Corpses, in my opinion, because I'm not a huge fan of that movie either. Devil's Rejects, I'm going to be watching again here in the next few weeks because I've got an episode coming up on that in the near future. But so I don't really remember. I think I've only seen that one once. I'm not sure what my thoughts are there. But yeah, all of that to say, I really like Sid Haig as well. And he was hilarious in this. Sam, you mentioned Sid Haig earlier that you liked him. So when Victor kills Winslow and Amanda here, were you still zoned out or had you rejoined?
I'm pretty much zoned out for the rest of the movie. I apologize.
Okay. No, that's okay.
I finished it and I was like, I'm not a real film critic. I'm just here for fun. I don't need to go back and zone in for the last 10 minutes.
No, that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Just here for a good laugh, man.
That's awesome. At least you're honest. Again, I appreciate the honesty. So then we kind of get the final confrontation there between Victor and Mary Beth. let me ask you guys this first, because it seemed like Victor was possibly going to go for this. Maybe this Ashes thing was going to work, and Winslow shot him. Were you buying it? Did you, Brendan? Did you think this was really going to solve anything, or was it just somebody else's theory that wasn't true?
Well, I knew there was Victor Crowley after this, so I definitely didn't think it was true. But they definitely, um, I don't know. I didn't buy the whole gunshots. Like, I definitely didn't
Okay.
see that happening. Like, usually whenever like one of these epic serial killers or movie monsters are killed, it's done in a more epic fashion, which we do get later in the film. But like,
Right.
Jason's dragged to hell, Freddy's evaporates back into imaginary land, and Chucky melts most of the time.
Yeah.
So like, there's always some big extravagant kill for the lead villain. So when he was just shot afterward and like he just started unloading bullets, I was like, this isn't it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I thought that was a little bit of a letdown. Now I did like, because then, so I had forgot. I mean, I had seen this movie. I think I'd only seen this once before I rewatched it recently. I forgot that he picks up Mary Beth's character and like basically impales her on that tree thing that's sticking out there. I had forgot about that part, and so um, knowing that there is Victor Crowley coming up. I had to stop and remember that for a minute, and I believe her character is briefly in that film, if I remember right. But yeah, for some reason it kind of shocked me. I guess I had just totally forgot about that, and I'm like, wait, did she die? Like, I don't remember her dying, so I had to really kind of think about things for a minute. But I did like it from there when she gets the ashes dumped on him. Now he starts to melt, and is dissolving a little bit, and then she gets one more shot off to kill him. I was a little frustrated with that scene, as much as I had liked a lot of the stuff involving Danielle Harris up to that point, and I don't really think this was her. I just think the way it was done, the fact that she's sitting there struggling, and she's got this gun, and she's trying to, might be dying and trying to get one more shot off, and she just keeps saying come back. If it would have been like once or twice, that's fine, but I felt like she said come back like 12 times, and I was just like, yeah, enough's enough. Like, just fucking shoot him anyway. That was kind of dragging a little bit, and kind of bothering me a little bit. Did it bug you at all, or not so much?
You want to go?
No,
You
I'm
zoned
zoned
out.
out here. I'm
Zoned
out.
out, yeah.
It didn't bother me so much. I mean, this girl's been through like hell and back over the last 3 days, so I can kind of understand. But at the same point, I understand that it's like the ending is supposed to feel so epic, in my
Right.
opinion, and it just doesn't feel earned, in my
Okay.
personal opinion, because over the last two movies, I would say Danielle Harris, or the character of Mary Beth, not Danielle Harris, but the character of Mary Beth has been somebody that is a passive protagonist throughout this whole thing. Like, she doesn't do anything. She's got no stakes. She has no goals. Like, she has some, like, the sheriff's ex-wife is the protagonist of this movie, and Mary Beth is just along for the ride. She is just the prop device that she just has to be the so-called one to do it, because the sheriff's wife goes, she gets Mary Beth out of jail. She then gets the ashes. She gets back to the swamp, and then she gives the ashes to Mary Beth and is like, here, do your thing. Like, I just did all this for you. And Mary Beth is just like, I don't even want to fucking be here.
Yeah.
So that kind of drove me nuts, especially over the course of this film, because
Okay.
she's in handcuffs the whole time. She literally does nothing in the movie. She is funny, like she has some good one-liners. I'm just talking from like a story standpoint.
She's there to have a mean mug.
Yeah, she's there to have a mean mug.
Say, fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just not a good epic conclusion to this 3-film arc that I think Adam Green wanted. But yeah, I think Victor Crowley's death looks really good in my opinion. I think the melting looks.
Is she still alive though?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Because like I've heard, I don't know. I listen to Danielle and Scout's podcast, and sometimes they bring up having her come back for another movie or something. But
Well,
like,
so
I don't know if that's just
I
fans wanting
think,
that or.
and again, we'll have to go back and watch it because I'm going to watch Victor Crowley pretty soon, so we can come on and talk about it. But for some reason, I feel like there's either a scene at the beginning of Victor Crowley, or maybe at the end, where there's like news or something going on about this, and you see her watching this on the news, and she makes
Hmm.
some kind of comment. I feel like I remember that in Victor Crowley, but I don't remember if it's the beginning or the end of the movie. Um, because I
don't
remember when I
remember
saw
that.
Hatchet 3, I thought she did die, but I'm pretty sure she makes a very brief appearance in Victor Crowley.
Okay. We'll see, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah, because I don't remember that at all. Because the whole last movie, spoilers if you haven't seen it, it's been out for a long time. Yeah, it's all about Perry Shen being the lone survivor of that.
And they get on like a plane to go back or something, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it follows Perry
Yeah.
Shen as the lone survivor of
Yeah.
that massacre, right? So like, if that is the case, I don't remember it, but I also wouldn't mind it if that was a way for her to end that character arc, just because I don't know what else they would decide to do with her. Like how many other myth solving, conspiracy things can you come up with? Like they've tried everything from killing the bloodline of I can't remember what her last name is.
Dunstan?
Dunstan, yeah, the Dunstan
Yeah.
bloodline they tried doing, and then now they try the Ashes, which I'm like, okay, like cool, yeah, I can settle with that being the end, and especially for that family story arc. But yeah, all in all, I don't think like the movie is so fast paced and it's so short that there's no real way for her to become any kind of like there's just no epic conclusion to this movie. It just happens. I feel
Okay.
bad for saying that because I actually did like this movie. I liked it more than the second movie, but I just feel like she's so passive, and the same thing happens in the second movie too. And that's a reason why I don't like the second movie as much because she's just there. Other
Yeah, more
people
of a
are
side
running
character.
yeah, she's just there, and other people are running the show. And if this is supposed to be Hatchet 3, the final conclusion should be her movie more than everybody else's.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that. I do like Crowley's supposed death. I agree with you there. Um, yeah, and then at the end, you kind of get. I think we do get one more shot, maybe of her taking a deep breath. So it kind of leaves you hanging, whether she's dead or alive. And I might be completely wrong. I might be thinking about something else. But I guess we'll all be watching Victor Crowley fairly soon, and we'll figure out then whether
I'm
I'm just
curious.
imagining shit or not. But so yeah, overall, I like this as well. As the more it went on, I mean, there were some little things here and there that I had issues with, but I don't think near as much as with the previous film. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm curious what you guys would rate this one. Sam, since you weren't with the last part of the movie, just we'll let you rate the first 3/4 and tell us what you think about that.
Yeah, I think it's getting a similar score to the second one for me. Like the characters in the second one were more annoying to me. I like them more in this movie, but I still found myself a little bored at times in this one. Like I just wasn't at my peak excitement level or anything for it. So I think it's still gonna get like a 3 or 4, like I'm gonna rate it on Letterboxd a 2 out of 5. So whatever that adds up to in a 10 scale.
Okay.
It's a 3.5.
Okay. Fair enough. Brendan, how about you?
I'm just trying to see. I have it here that I marked down Hatchet 2 out of a 6 out of 10.
I think you and I
With-
both gave it a 6, actually.
Which I think is a little high, actually.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'd actually like to retract that. I think I'd like to. I think I'd like to give Hatchet 2. probably a 5.5. And then
Okay.
I'd like to give this movie a 6.5.
Okay.
Because I do think the quality jumped up huge in this movie compared to the last.
Okay.
I'm curious about your score. Are you going to keep it around the same?
It's going to be close. Like I said, when I went back here recently and I watched all three of them again, just because I like doing stuff like that, and I enjoyed the second one more when I watched it the other day than what I previously did. I went back and looked and saw that I had it as a 6, and I still think overall that's pretty fair. I don't think I enjoyed it enough to really bump the rating up anymore. So I think I would still leave it as a 6 because I might have been generous when I gave it a 6 the first time, and now I feel a little better about that. But for this one, I did enjoy it more. I think I don't have it in front of me, but I think I gave the first Hatchet a 7.5. So I think I would give Hatchet 3 just a 7. So a little higher than yours because I really did. I had much more fun with this one, really even than I thought I was going to, and that's why I say I almost feel like this franchise you have to be in the mood for. Uh, I think I made this comparison once before when we were talking about this franchise. Maybe it was on the Hatchet 2, maybe it was on Hatchet 1. The Hatchet franchise reminds me still a little bit of Terrifier and Art the Clown and the way things are done. I get there's some huge differences, but I still think those movies are very similar in some ways. And I feel like both of those franchises, you just have to be in the mood for. And if you're in the right mood, they're going to be a lot of fun. You're going to really enjoy it. If you're not in the mood for some of the silly shit and that kind of thing, then you're probably not going to enjoy them so much. So I really think it depends on what your mood is at the time. But um, yeah, all of that to say, I think I'm good at putting this one at a 7 out of 10. My second favorite in the franchise so far.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Any expectations for Victor Crowley?
I'm hoping I enjoy it the most. And I don't know if it's just because I know it's a little bit of a higher budget and it's newer. I'm hoping I get my spark back here with Victor Crowley and maybe it ends up being my favorite in the franchise. But I don't want to like have my hopes up at the same time. So I'm just going to go in and hope that I like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
For
Brendan?
me, I don't really have any expectations. I do have a cool collectible to show off for that one though.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm just excited, like because like Sal from Impractical Jokers is in it, and I don't really remember him being in it.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Um,
remember that
Is
either.
Lois
it
Rose.
is it Sal or is it Brian? It's Brian, I think, isn't it?
Oh, I actually
Or
don't
not or
know.
Quinn, actually, I guess is his name. I think it's Quinn instead of Sal.
Oh, okay.
But it is one of the Impractical Joker guys. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I only watched like the short clips. I like Murderer's the best. As well,
Okay.
I like his stuff. Yeah, I'm excited to give it a rewatch. I mean, we've only watched it once, and
Yeah.
I've seen the original trilogy a couple of times now, so I'm excited to go back and give it a rewatch.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all I really remember about it is thinking that there is a brief appearance from Daniel Harris and then the plane crash and the Impractical Jokers guy. And I've never really been a huge fan of Impractical Jokers, but my brother absolutely loves that show. And when he was living with me for a little bit, I felt like every time I walked in the living room, that's what he's watching. So I've gotten familiar with those guys because he just watched it all the time. I'd sit down once in a while and watch and something funny would happen and I would laugh and he'd be like, see, this show is great. And I'm like, no, that part was funny. Overall, the show's stupid, but that part was funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it again. And because I've only seen it once and then kind of putting a cap on this franchise. So I think what we'll do is when we come back sometime in September, around the 1st of September, and review that one, then we can all just kind of rank them there at the end and we'll see what kind of cool collectible. I'm very interested to know what you've got there, Brendan, to show because I don't have a lot of Hatchet stuff. I think I've just got that one that I showed when we did the first episode. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you've got. Is it something new you've picked up or you've just had it for a while?
I got it for Christmas.
I got it for you.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the only other Hatchet thing I have. So
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
curious to see
I've been
what this is like.
Did you show off the action figure already?
yeah, first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
Okay.
the
I thought
first
Yeah.
so.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
Okay.
been
because I think you and
saving
I
this one
both had a
for the
different
fourth
For
one.
the
figure.
Victor Crawley. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I think you and I both had something different. I know I've got like the Victor Crowley like Toonie Terrors or something, and you had something different of
Mhm.
his that you showed.
Yeah, I have the NECA figure.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Which I would really like to have. I just for some reason or another haven't got it yet. I feel like a lot of the stores around here that I go to, I mean, I could order it online, but we've got a few stores here that do get some horror things once in a while, but I never see Victor Crowley. I never see anything of his in any of the stores around here. So, um, yeah, I'll probably try to add to that collection at some point. But yeah, okay. Well, I think that will do it then for our discussion on Hatchet 3. Before we go, though, before we get out of here, again, take the time to promote your channel and tell us what you have coming up in August.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So as you guys heard, Sam is going to be taking a break, a well-needed break, well-deserved break. She does all the behind the scenes and organizing and stuff, and like the photos and the editing and everything. I am just here for along for the ride. So this was my first month where I set up the whole month myself. I will say
Yeah. I didn't have to do the scheduling for you.
yes.
I actually realized he was on it.
So,
Usually I'm the assistant when I take a break. I'm still the assistant. I'm like
yeah,
scheduling
still
him.
scheduling. So I'm very proud of myself that I got to do all that by myself, like a big boy. But Sam will still be making the thumbnails and stuff behind the scenes. But I have just a boatload. So I have 8 episodes, 8 lives scheduled. Ranging from topic discussions like Sean, you, me, and Bo are going to be doing a top 5 of the 2020s so far.
Right.
What else? I'm doing an alien bracket battle, which I am super excited about.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing a discussion on Life, discussion on Starship Troopers. Van Helsing will also be in there. I'm going to be finally get to talk about Reign of Fire, which is a movie I've been wanting to defend as a horror movie for since we started this. And yeah, I got some other stuff sprinkled along the way.
All right, sounds cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I will say, even though Sam is taking some time off, she's being kind enough to. I'm going to be doing my second live next month,
Oh, yeah.
and Brendan and Sam are going to come on with me. We became. It probably sounds crazy to me. We're going to be doing our favorite movies from 2023, and I'm sure people are like, "Why in the hell 2023? That's so random." But that's when I actually, you know, cyber met you guys and became friends with you guys. So I wanted to go back and do that. So they're going to come on with me and we're going to talk about our favorite movies from 2023. Have you guys had a chance to start working on your list yet?
Haven't even looked at it, but I'm excited to.
So I watched
Okay.
a movie from 2023 that I have not seen,
Yeah, you
and I decided to
Okay.
give it a watch. Didn't like it, so won't make my list. But
did. I usually, when I do lists, I wait till like, I don't know, 2 weeks before, a week before. But yeah, I'll get to
Okay.
it.
I've just taken the time to write down some. I haven't really tried ranking anything yet. I think right now I've got about 12 to 15 movies from that time frame that I've written down, and now I'm gonna start slowly trying to rank these. And I'm really curious to see what you guys have up there because I know there's a lot of things that we do agree about, but there's a few that not so much. And so I have a feeling I'm gonna have a couple near the top of my top 10 that y'all are just gonna like shake your head and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with Sean?" I'm like, why is that movie so high? But we'll see. Maybe not. I can just see that happening. Yeah, and then as far as what I've got coming up later this week, I will have an episode come out on The Substance with that horror couple, Robbie and Kaylee. And then next week, I have episodes coming out on World War Z and then on the Pope's Exorcist with Isaiah from the Bitter Wolf. So that's the stuff that I've got coming up over the next little bit. I hope everybody will join. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also, if you're not subscribed to Our Life in Horror, please do that and become a member with them as well. It's definitely worth it. And yeah, follow me on social media. I'm pretty much on everything out there: Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X. Yeah, pretty much everything. So follow me on social media, subscribe to the channel. Brendan and Sam, thank you all again so much for coming on. I really appreciate you guys being on here with me. And yeah, that's it. I will see everyone soon.
Bye.
Bye.